I'm DJ Semtex. This is Capital XTRA. Hey, right now we've got greatness in the building. Got my man YJ in the building. We've got the team.
Yo.
We've got Unexpected Media. And we've got YJ's father, Mr. Mablatu. I got that right?
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Right. Yeah, sounds fine, yeah.
Okay, listen, guys, welcome to Capital XTRA.
Thank you.
I wanted to do this today because I just wanted to talk to you guys about the incredible story so far. Like, it's amazing what YJ is doing and how you got everybody talking and you're shutting down shows as well, man. That's what's catching my attention. You got a banger and you're shutting down shows. How you feeling right now?
Huh?
How you feeling right now? Yeah.
Normal.
You're nonchalant, man.
For real?
Yeah, normal.
All right, okay. How you feeling about the reactions to No Diddy?
Natural. It's natural.
Right.
I just keep it moving. I don't really have a specific feeling.
How long you been doing music? Like, how long you been at it?
5 years, five years or so.
Right.
I went to a special needs school.
Right.
That's like 2019.
Right.
And then I started from there basically.
Right. So what was that school like? What was it like going there? What was the name of it?
Wesley.
Right.
Done like one or two music lessons on there. And I
Right.
took it in and I just tried to make it a thing. But at first I was doing it as a hobby though.
Right.
So it was like it wasn't really a thing that I wanted to do at the time. And then 2 years later down the line, I went to this talent show in Leicester Square.
Right here. Near here anyway.
Yeah. And then basically just took part in this talent show. Shout out to Kankin, Let Me Land. Yeah, that song. And then they did a freestyle challenge to it. I went there and I just done my thing on it. First wasn't the best, but because it was so bad, it went viral everywhere to the point where AJ Tracy even reached out.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, look, it's 2024 now.
Yep.
You got a banger. I'm gonna gas you up, so forgive me. It's what I do as a DJ. But you got a banger, and I'm saying I've been a DJ for a minute. I've been around for a minute.
Yeah.
I know how hard it is to get a track that connects. Like, I know people who spent almost their whole life trying to get to that moment, and I think the fact that you've got that with No Diddy is meant to be. It's an amazing sign. It's meant to be, and everything else. And you have put your heart into it. You've worked hard on it, and it's paid off. So it's amazing that you're at this point now, given that it's only like since 2019 where you was doing music lessons. I love the story, bro. It's an incredible story. There's a big misconception out there when people talk about you. There's a lot of ignorance. Let's start there. Some people are like, oh, he's disabled, or da-da-da-da-da. Some people say, oh, he's on the spectrum, or some people say this, or da-da-da-da-da. Like, just to put it out there and just to educate people, like, what is the exact situation that you encounter and you address?
Yeah, I have a disability and that I've been having since birth, and so it's like
I've been through things myself, and it's like, you know, in terms of facing challenges and everything, like what you've endured and what you've been through, it's an amazing. Again, I say it again, it's an amazing story. That's why when I see what you're doing, I can relate. I know what it's like to be underestimated. I know what it's like where people assume you can't do anything or da-da-da-da-da. And I'll say it, like, I think people who publicly say, oh, this person's this, that, and the other are disabled, I think if you've got any kind of situation, you're actually very enabled. It's a superpower. That's the way I see it.
Yes, I would often get ridiculed for that reason alone. And it just like goes to show that anything is possible regardless of what you got. Yes, I am autistic, but it's a blessing as well.
I mean, in case anybody's wondering about autism, there's a lot of famous people who are autistic. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Albert Einstein was autistic.
Wait, Albert?
Yes.
Yeah, Albert Einstein. Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. In my view, it's a strength. It's a superpower. Like you've got a vision, and that tenacity that you're putting into it is I relate to that, and I fully commend it. You know, it's dope.
Of course.
And gotta give a big shout to Mr. Bratu, your father in the building.
First of all, I just want to say thank you for having us here. It makes him more encouraging. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yes, in terms of YJ, YJ born 26 weeks premature, which in Barnet Hospital, but he grew up in Enfield.
Right.
So Great Ormond Street Hospital was our second home.
Really?
Yes, until even the last, maybe he discharged him 6 or 7 years ago, but before we used to go follow up appointments, all this.
Right.
But now, thanks to God. So in the early stage, I know because of he became very early, 26 weeks is early stage to have born, to be honest.
So just to put that in perspective, like 26 weeks early, it's like...
Yeah, it's around 5 months or something, 6 months. Yeah,
Yes.
it's not normal. So to be honest, it's miracle to be here, YJ, because on the hospital, in the 3 months we stayed in the hospital, 8 children was died in that
Really?
room, the same room, yeah. So every day we were daytime, we were there. We have strong mom, my wife, honestly. She's very look after YJ very well. It's very strong. And every time when we get home, 10 o'clock p.m., we are expecting phone call, your child is died. That's what
Really?
always was expecting, yes, to be honest, because there's a lot of complication. So, but thanks to God, I mean, he grew up starting listening music and start writing lyrics. At that time, when it was COVID time, he used to tell us, I had around 100 songs he wrote.
For real?
Shock.
Really?
Because, yeah, like, for example, earlier on, he asked him, what do you feel? He said, nothing. He doesn't exaggerate things. He just take it easy. It's not like, for example, Dad, if I get something, I do. But his one is very cool. Everything for him is like a normal. That's why he said it's normal. So I don't know when he will be excited. I don't know. One day it might be. So that's his way of, growing up. So now, thanks to God, he worked hard as well, to be honest, because nearly 16 hours is always listening music.
Right.
Comments, he read comments, his comments. But when he used to read the comments, we used to, panicking. Maybe he might be disappointed because some message, especially when he had the first... with S here in Leicester Square. Yeah. It was very bad comments, but it doesn't make him he make him even to go through, he never...
So it's motivation.
Yes, he never reply bad things or wrote him bad messages. So he's very strong. To make him that negative message, negative comment, to make him to encourage. He never get upset. We were worried. What do you feel? Nothing. Wow, that's good. At least it's a sign because he might be disappointed. He might be even not to go to that industry, but because of that challenge he passed, now thanks to God, he's in his position.
How's it feel as a father to see your son on stage?
Well, the response he get from the public is amazing. I feel proud, to be honest, because like we always, as a parent, we're always thinking, oh, my son, what will be his future? Because I'm engineer. A few years ago, we planned to go back home I'm an electrical engineer with my friends to make a business.
Okay, where's home? Where's back home?
Back home is in Ethiopia.
Okay.
But I couldn't travel because I need to be here. YJ has follow-up hospital for a lot of things. Then we say, I'm sorry, anytime I can join you, but now I have to remain here then. Yeah. But thanks to God, we're here now.
Yeah. What was the inspiration for No Diddy? How did you come up with that?
I was going through a tough situation at the time. So it's like I ain't heard much relatable stuff recently. So I had to make sure that whatever I say made sense.
I mean, for me, I'm like, you got No Diddy as a banger. How long did you heat it up before you decided it's time to put it out?
Yeah, so I was just going through beats, and then I found one, and I was going through my melodic drill thing, and I found it, but I didn't know when to record it. I was recording different songs at the time because I was doing finished lyric videos in public with people, like different content creators, so that way people could actually tap in, and it worked. Now I don't have to do that as much as I used to. But I know there's still a very long way to go, and I'm trying to structure my demand as well, so that way I don't get exploited. Exploitation will not be tolerated.
I love that. I love that. What's the situation with Unexpected Media? Like, how do you guys work together?
So me and YJ, the way we met is that years ago, when the situation he was talking about with how people was bullying him online, people coming at him, calling him names, talking about his disability, I didn't like it. And that's something that touched me as well, because I have low functioning autism myself. So I relate to him on that aspect. So when I seen that, it made me like, I wouldn't say angry, because it's not a situation that made me angry, but it's kind of sad. So I connected with that. I commented trying to defend him. And then after this, shout out S2 Mad, he took him on board. He took him to the studio, really worked with him. And then from there, the music video happened, and then it's just been a flood since then. It's been all sorts. Yeah, so that's how kind of Unexpected Media and YJ, we've kind of had that link, and everything's just been organic, and it's been smooth so far. I'm happy with the relationship.
I mean, so it must have been a real trip for you to be at that TJ show.
Yeah, shout out to the Charvas as well, because they brought me out, and they're the ones that even invited me. So big up them, big up Miss Money as well for even making it happen in the first place. Because if it weren't for that, I wouldn't have been able to network with all of the other artists there.
Right.
There and then they also gave me an opportunity to hop on stage in the first place.
Right.
And then I got brought out again after.
Right.
I got brought out again by a 5-year foreign after.
Wow. So and
then we just put on the show.
So you did the O2 Arena twice.
Yeah, because the Charvas took me on stage.
How greedy, man.
The Charvas took me on stage first.
Yeah.
Because obviously I got invited. Had to put on the little show. We did put on the show anyway.
Yeah.
Second time, 5-year brought me out and just introduced me to a whole new wave that I never expected. It was kind of unexpected. You get me?
It's incredible. Really incredible.
Shout out to 5-year, Charvas, Lil Tjay. Big up all the other artists that performed as well, and everyone that came down to support all of us. Big
up the Charvas, big up YD. He's got a banger out right now as well. And big up 5-year as well. I'm glad 5-year did that, because that's my guy. But it shows foresight. You know, it's good that he did that. It's like, so you're at the O2. You're backstage, and it's your time to enter the stage. Like, how did that feel? Did you feel any nerves or anything? Nah, it's not new to me, because I performed because I used to go on stage like this before, because I used to do acting when I was younger. I was doing Shakespeare. Really? I was doing Shakespeare when I was younger. I was doing like Shakespeare plays like Romeo and Juliet, Tempest. Wow. But how do you maintain like positive mental health? Because, you know, I see some of even for me with the comments, sometimes I'm just like, I got to switch the phone off or whatever. Like, how do you stay positive? And
I would always think back to it and overthink a lot. I overthink a lot when it comes to doing different things. So when it comes to planning everything, I would always overthink. And the only way for me to make sure it would go away is to do stuff that would make me uncomfortable. and make it as funny as possible so that it all goes away.
In the comments,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to spend too much time on this,
Go on.
is divided.
Yeah.
I'd say it's 50% people want to see you do well. They're riding for you and they rate you.
Yeah.
I'd say 30% people are ignorant and, you know, they're going to learn at some point. And then 20% is other artists and content creators who are just bitter. They're not getting the same attention that you're getting.
Because I'm sick of that.
Mm.
I'm very sick of that. I'm sick of that side because they're not paying it. Because some artists, I'm not going to come for anyone in particular, but some artists don't pay attention to structure. Cool, they might have been writing for time.
Mm.
They might have been sitting in their pen and pad just spitting real stuff. But like some of them don't pay attention to timeline, and they don't even pay attention to their own structure. And there's not much demand around it. And because of that, that's also the reason why they're not getting as much shine as we are. Like if you really think you're as structured as we are, like the new gen artists are, then why don't you prove it to us? Why don't you prove your structure to us? Prove your demand to us instead of just complaining for the sake of complaining because you ain't getting paid for that.
You know, and you know what? It's really
Like,
the way you address that is really simple. Just keep in.
This guy's comedy.
But it's real simple how that goes away. Just keep doing you and being more successful. 'Cause it gets to a point where they give up. Like I've seen it with other artists. It gets to a point where they're like, yeah, he's there. He's whether we like it or not.
Like, come and prove your structure to us. To come and prove your structure to all of us artists that are actually doing it. That actually have a plan, that are actually executing it properly.
I bought your track of iTunes to play on my show.
Thank you.
Because I could see it was like, as a DJ, I was like, I need to be playing this. I'm not waiting for someone to send it. And I play it on my show. It fits next to a Leo Stay Trill or a Pose or a
big
Dave.
Up Leo, big up Pose, big up all them artists.
It sits next to Travis Scott, Playboy Carti or whatever, whoever's music it fits in, right? Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, it's a banger. Then I play it at a club. And I thought, let me see if this goes off. So I played it at Fabric one time. You've probably seen the footage.
I've seen that. That was dope.
Bro, crazy. And I keep
crazy.
And I say it, I keep saying it, like, you've got a tune that's been out for 4 to 6 weeks and it goes off and it incites mosh pits and you see people reciting it word for word. That doesn't happen. It's not a fad. That's a very, very real thing. And I'm saying that from years of experience as a DJ.
Organic.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So I'm all in. I'm like, I'm fully in. I'm fully involved. And again, that's, as a DJ, that's how I gauge things. Is what the people want. It's crowd reaction. You've turned tragedy to triumph. Like your whole existence is miraculous, and you clearly got a purpose to be here. You figured out how to make a banger. You figured out how to use social media and build an audience and build your tribe. How far do you want to take all of this?
That's all up to God, all up to the destiny that I choose to make, and what me and my team choose to make for ourselves. It's not all just about talent. It's mainly about using the tools around you that are there for you. Like if there is a tool that's suitable for you, use that.
That's great advice. So what's next for YJ and Unexpected Media? Like, what's the plan?
It's just only going to be big things from now, and we'll just keep working together. Even me and him doing content together. Literally, there's a lot coming. Definitely.
Speak louder than words, though.
I think 2025 is going to be good, man, for you guys. I think it's going to be. It's only going to get bigger, and you're only going to go from strength to strength.
That depends on the direction that we choose to go in, the left direction or the right direction.
Right direction.
That's cool, man.